They called her Tiger Face. They whispered that no man would ever look at her twice. But the same marks they mocked became the signature that made her a global icon. This is the story of Beezy the girl whose scars turned into a crown. The Monday sun was just rising over Ibadan, its orange light washing the rows of zinc roofs. In one of the houses at the edge of Ohi Market, 12-year-old Bisi stood before a cracked mirror. Two bold streaks, the kind of tribal marks her grandmother called lines of honor, ran down each of her cheeks, but at her private school they were lines of shame. She tightened her scarf and whispered, "Maybe today they won't laugh." But the moment she entered the classroom, the familiar chorus began. Tiger Face, Railway Line, Masquerade, her classmates jeered, clapping their hands. Bisi swallowed hard, clutching her notebook. She loved drawing clothes, but the laughter always burned like pepper in her eyes. At break time, she sat alone under the almond tree, sketching gowns in her jotter. Her best friend Ronke slid beside her. "Forget them," Ronke said. "One day these marks will mean something." Bisi shook her head. "How? Everybody hates them." Years rolled by. In secondary school, the teasing got worse. Boys would mimic her, saying no boy would marry a girl with rail tracks on her face. Even some teachers advised her mother to do something about it. But Mama Bisi, a food vendor at Ohe Market, would simply say, "This is our heritage. The world will yet clap for you, my daughter." After WAEC, Bisi couldn't afford university immediately, so she started helping her mother at the stall. Still, she sketched designs on any scrap of paper she could find. Her dream was to become a fashion designer, but she hid that dream like a secret flame. One hot afternoon, while selling a mala, a young man in a camera sling approached. "Excuse me," he said. "My name is Tayo. I'm a photographer. Your face. It's striking." Bisi shifted uncomfortably. "Because of my marks?" "Yes," he said frankly. "I've been looking for an authentic Nigerian face for a project on beauty and heritage. Would you mind posing?" Bisi laughed in disbelief. Nobody had ever called her face beautiful publicly before. She hesitated, but something in Tayo's tone felt sincere. She agreed. The photo shoot happened in a small studio in Bodija. Bisi wore a plain Ankara wrapper and her mother's coral beads. When the photos came out, she barely recognized herself. The marks that once made her hide now made her look regal, timeless like the queens in history books. Tayo uploaded the pictures to Instagram with the caption, "True Yoruba Beauty." By the next morning, the images had gone viral. Bloggers picked it up. Meet the girl redefining beauty standards in Nigeria. Fashion houses sent messages, invitations poured in from Lagos, even from London. Within a year, Bisi was walking on runways, modelling for big brands and appearing on magazine covers. She also launched her own clothing line, Rail Lines, by Bisi, inspired by the very marks that people mocked. She insisted on hiring models from different tribes, shades, and body types. At an awards ceremony in Lagos, as she accepted a plaque for Model of the Year, Bisi looked out at the cameras. "I used to hide my face," she said, her voice steady. "But these marks tell a story. They are not shame, they are heritage. If anyone out there is mocked for how you look, remember this. What they laugh at today can become your crown tomorrow." Back in Ibadan, the same children who once called her Tiger Face now plastered her posters on their bedroom walls. Little girls with tribal marks messaged her online, saying she gave them hope. One evening, after a long day of fittings, Bisi visited Oe Market to see her mother. Mama Bisi wiped her hands on her wrapper and hugged her tightly. "I told you the world would clap," she whispered. Bissy smiled, the two proud streaks on each cheek catching the golden sunset. Yes, Mamma. They're clapping. What people mock today can become your greatest asset tomorrow. Never hide what makes you different. Your uniqueness can be your crown.